Teens don't want to talk to us. And it hurts, actually, right? As parents, it's painful. Here's this person you love so much and they just don't want to have anything to do with you. It's the worst. Fortunately, I stumbled across a book a few years ago. It was research about prison populations. And it's called De-Escalate, How to Calm Down an Angry Person in 90 Seconds or Less. And I read this book and I realized, oh my gosh, these techniques would work with teens. Who knew, right? So the slides, the next 3 slides are my adaptation of that communication strategy. And it works wonderfully well. You will be surprised. First, you make an observation. You see some of them right here. You seem super stressed out lately. And I also want to point out, I have at the top here, I feel like you are. And I said earlier, you don't necessarily want to talk about your feelings or focus on your feelings. This is just like a way to communicate with a teen the way they might communicate with each other. They'll often say, I feel like this or that, when they're not really talking about a feeling. So you can say either you seem, or I feel like you're super stressed, really exhausted, not having much fun. Make an observation about what you see happening in your teenager's life. And don't expect them to answer it or anything. It's just a statement. And then move on to the next thing, which is ask an open question. So an open question is different from a closed question because an open question is difficult to answer with a yes or a no. It's not impossible, but it's difficult. Teenagers usually will figure out a way, but we want to make it harder for them to just say, yes, no, I don't know, whatever. So an open question. Is it something at school or is it more about friends? You give them 2 choices. They can pick one of those things to talk about. And they might just grunt out, it's school. But that's still communication happening, right? So an open question. Is there something different going on? What's your biggest problem right now? That's a great one. Love that one. That will usually get the most reticent teen talking. Is there one issue you wish would just disappear? That's another really effective question. And even if your teen doesn't answer you, I'm going to talk about this again as well, because this is extremely important. Even if your teenager does not answer that question, they know that you're paying attention. They know it's like they're having a conversation with you in their head. They just can't actually talk, but you are having a conversation, as frustrating as it is for you. So just have faith that there's been an interaction there that is meaningful. And then the last piece of this communication style is to reflect feelings. This feels kind of awkward. You make it a very basic statement. It seems like you're sad. It seems like you're exhausted. And as soon as you hit the right emotion, you'll see something change in your kid. The shoulders might drop. They might lean a little bit towards you. As soon as you perceive that slight change in body language, you know you got the right emotion. And even again, if they don't respond, they have felt heard. The 2 of you are in emotional alignment in that moment. This is incredibly powerful and important. So these 3 things, make an observation, ask an open question, reflect feelings, is by far the most effective way that I have found to keep doors open with our kids. So the dreaded teen eye roll, we all know that face, right? It's so precisely designed to demoralize a parent and make us just turn away and give up. Don't fall for it. And also don't worry, because if you did all the things that I just said, make an observation, ask an open question, observe, reflect feelings. If you do that, the eye roll is not important. You've established a connection, and that's all you need to know. And the more you do it, the less likely it is that you'll get the eye roll. So you just want to kind of make this like a standard fare in your household, that type of interaction.
So I think this question is referring back to the 3 steps that you outlined from de-escalation. What if I ask those questions and I don't have an answer or any idea how to resolve the issue or even help them resolve it for themselves? For example, the one thing I'd get rid of is school. What if they say that? They clearly have to go to school.
Yeah.
I don't want to seem like I don't care or know what to do.
That's such a great question. The answer is you don't have to solve it. All you have to do is reflect their feelings. The conversation is not about changing circumstances. It's about connecting to your child's feelings and being aligned with them. So you say something like, God, wouldn't that be amazing if you just didn't have to go to school? What do you think your life would look like? Just grant them their fantasy in the conversation. And when you do that, it brings down their intensity of mood, because they feel like they're sharing this burden with you. So you don't have to have concrete answers. All you have to do is establish that you're in tune with their emotions.